I'm always asked, is it safe for a woman to be a notary signing agent? If the job description requires a notary to go to the borrower's house to sign the loan documents, is it really safe for a woman to be walking into all these strangers' homes? It's a great question. And honestly, I don't feel comfortable answering that because I'm not a woman. So what I decided to do is bring in 8 of my best students from around the country, 6-figure signing agents, and they can answer that question for you.
I've never felt unsafe, and I've done thousands, and I feel safe going to any place in Arizona.
I have never felt unsafe to do transactions, to do closings.
I've never felt threatened, ever. But I've never felt threatened. And I felt like this is a really safe position to be in.
Thank you. I'm Chanel Hernandez. I'm currently in California, started in Georgia. Probably at least 2,000 for me. My signing service is at least 2,500. It might even be closer to 3,000.
Thank you.
I'm Kelly Hill. I'm from Elgin, Illinois, which is outside of Chicago. I've done about a little over 2,000, maybe 2,500. And with my signing service, I've done close to 300.
My name is May Cawley. I'm from the greater Cleveland, Ohio area. I've been doing notary work for about 7 years. I've done about 5,000 signings, I would say.
Hi, I'm Laura Jones, and I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, crossroads of America. And I've done about 7,000 closings.
Hi, I'm Lisa Galvan, and I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada, and I've done a little over 2,000 signings.
Hi, my name is Melina Fuenmayor from the Sunshine State, Florida, and I have completed 2,600 closings myself and over 10,000 closings with my signing service.
Hi, I am Taffy Wagner, and I'm from Denver, Colorado, and I've done about 3,000 signings, and I've done about 300 with my signing service.
Hi, my name is Irene Rueda. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I've done thousands of signings. I've been a signing agent since 2019.
As you can see, all these signing agents from around the country. So it's not, and these are from signing agents who've been into thousands and thousands of homes. So literally, Laura, 7,000 homes she's been in, more or less, couple thousand. I mean, it's incredible. So let's start with the very simple question. Has anybody here felt threatened for their life or felt threatened going into a loan document signings?
I have never felt unsafe going to anywhere, any people's houses, work, to do transactions, to do closings.
I think it's definitely safe because we have the best part of the transaction. Everybody knows that we're there. The title company, the lender knows that we're there, the realtor, if it's a purchase or a seller. I've never felt unsafe, and I've done thousands, and I feel safe going to any place in Arizona.
I've never felt threatened, ever. To me, they're not thinking, okay, I want to, harm the notary. They either want to sell a property, they want the money, or they're trying to buy a property. So their objective is not to hurt the notary.
I've been in signings where they were aggressive, but not towards me. If there was a problem with the paperwork, then they get aggressive. But even then, I don't feel threatened. I feel like, well, that's the problem with, let's call the title company. Let's call them because let them handle that. I never have felt like they were going to harm me because of that problem. So it's the mindset. And because I know what I'm there for, and I'm like, if they want the refi, they want this house, they're not going to, I got the paperwork. So, yeah.
I've never felt threatened. And I've also had people call me once I got home if it's late, to make sure that I got home, to make sure that I was okay. So that says a lot about the person that you're doing the signing for. But I've never felt threatened, and I felt like this is a really safe position to be in.
I feel like this is the safest position you could actually have. I'm 5 foot nothing, so if somebody wanted to throw me in their trunk, they wouldn't have a problem. But they're not going to get their loan. They're not going to get their home. I always say when I show up, everybody gets paid. So
They're basically vetting the person for you, in a way. Not that if they're a good person or something like that, but you have so many lawyers or escrow officers, loan officers, everybody who has their information, has their birth date, has their social, like they know who these people are. The only thing I would say is there's been a couple neighborhoods or something that seemed a little bit off, but I go inside the house and there's like a nice person or investor and I feel fine during the signing. I've never felt unsafe.
I know a lot of my escrow officers that they don't like to send women to mobile signings at night. And I've told them, I'm like, I don't have a problem with going at night. I don't have a problem going into anybody's house. I've had signers where I've called them and it's been a guy, and they tell me like, oh, my wife's going to be here or my girlfriend's going to be here, just to put me at ease, because it's for their safety as well. That's right. You know, what if I'm a crazy person and I say that they did something to me? I'm coming into their home.
Or they will, because most of them are women, they'll say, hey, Kelly, well, you know, we'll send you to a Starbucks, or we'll send you somewhere so that you can sign them, or go to a Regis office, so that I don't even have to step foot in their house. And so that makes me feel comfortable too.
At the same time, I also feel like more women are needed in this business, because as a woman, if I needed a notary late at night, I will not have a man in my house. I need a woman notary to come into my house, because if a man came, I'm like, sorry, go away.
So I actually have had the husband actually drive me out, because it's been so difficult, because they know they're in a very secluded area and there's no lights and this kind of thing. Right. And they know that you have no signal, and they're like, I will drive you back out to the main street so that you can get back to where you need to go. And see, that says a lot, especially for when it's late at night and what we do.
And yeah, the purpose of this roundtable is to help a woman watching this right now realize it is. So I appreciate that, because it's the other side too. It's not just you going into their house, it's a woman having a man come at midnight. And honestly, if I have to be really honest with you, I'm just so naive to, and I apologize for it, being a man, not realizing sometimes, you know, how a woman feels. And now looking back on my days, I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't have offered 11 p.m. at that house. You know what I mean? So now I'm almost feeling like a jerk. But anyways, I'm glad that we're having this conversation.
Melina said your positive attitude is part of how you stay safe. I am very confident when I walk into certain areas and neighborhoods, and you guys all seem very confident. In part, though, because I've also educated myself, but also I've been to safety trainings in, feeling confident that if anything were to happen, I would know what to do, and I would know how to carry myself. And just knowing that, I haven't had an issue, and I haven't had to think about any of that kind of stuff. But when I'm exiting the signer's house, I'm getting into my car, I'm not sitting there, I'm not lollygagging on my phone. I'm going to get in, I'm going to start my car, and I'm going to go. And I haven't had any issues. And part of the reason I think I haven't had any issues is because that's what I'm doing. For any training at all, any awareness at all of what to do, unencumber yourself, have a hand free, know, you know what I mean? Know where your keys are when you walk out the sign. When I get up from the table and I'm putting my notary bag back in there, I'm pulling my keys out of my bag or my pocket. Wherever my keys ended up, the last thing I do before I walk away from the table is get my keys in my hand.
I think this is a great segue, because I wanted to speak about, like, what are some things you do to ensure, that you feel safe and confident. So I love this conversation. But yeah, if we can maybe go around and talk about some things you do to ensure your safety, or maybe some tips that we can give a viewer on what you
do. Sharing your location with someone, that's key. Yeah, that's very important to do. Someone knowing where you're going is really helpful.
And you do that with your husband?
I do that, yes, all the time.
I'm always being told by my husband, be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of your surroundings, because, sometimes you're in your mind and there's things going on and you're not, somebody walks by you or whatever, you don't even see that person. That, I make sure that doesn't happen anymore. So I do several things, and not because I feel threatened, but because I'm trying to do things to be aware of my surroundings. So the first thing is I have Life 360 on my phone. So my kids, my husband, my mom can see where I am at all times. I have a system, which is I let my husband know where I am, and he knows what kind of signing I'm having. And if I tell him, okay, I'm going into my signing, that's it for the conversation. Then if he doesn't hear from me within 45 minutes to an hour, he's blowing up my phone. And if there's something in the signing that's lasting longer, I'll answer the phone. I'll tell them, hey, my husband's checking on me, and they'll say, oh yeah, good, So I'll answer the phone and I'll put on speakerphone, hey, honey, I'm here with such and such, so he can hear them and say, okay, I'll call you when I'm done. Those are some of the things that I do, but just constant contact, like before I go to the signing, after I'm done, even if it's just, hey, I'm done, I'm moving on to the next one.
When I walk into a signing, I take control of immediately. So if they tell me, oh, we can sit at the table, I'm making sure that where I'm sitting right now, like I'm facing where the door is at, there's nothing behind me. Even though I've never felt threatened at a signing, I still feel like I need to be aware of everything that's around me. I need to know where my exit point is, and I'm able to see that.
A big portion of it is kind of be organized so that you can go in and out of the signing. Because if you're fumbling with things in your bag, you don't know where things are in your bag, it's harder to get out the door. But when you're done, get out and go.
I also carry a flashlight that is a taser by Vipertech. And so when you're driving, these houses don't have these numbers, they're not lit up. I need to see the numbers. So it's a flashlight, but it's a taser. The other thing is my accountability partners, we text each other every night when we get home from a closing. That way we know that we've made it in. It's fine to let the spouses know, but I like for the notaries to kind of look out for each other. So we text each other after every closing saying, hey, are you done for the day? You know, let me know when you get home safe. And we've been doing that for years.
I have a Samsung. My daughter has an Apple. But you can program it to, if you say certain phrases, it will start recording and it will send a 911 to, it'll send out a message to everybody that's on your, it's a feature. It's a shortcut, right? You can program
it to do it.
So you say a certain phrase and it will automatically start recording and it will send your location and it will send, I have it set to like 4 people, it'll send a text and it'll like let them know where I am and it will record until I tell it to stop. If I can't get to my pepper spray, if I can't
do that?
never.
That's what I'm like.
Never, ever, ever.
So, yeah,
for some,
you got all this in place.
never. Right. It's
Right,
just
but you
if
never had to do that.
If you feel that where
Right.
you're paranoid, and I'm not, because I've always had that instilled in me. You know what you walk with confidence, like you said. But just because I need it, you never know. I have that.
You never know.
Is there anything we want to wrap up with? Knowing the intention of this moment is to help a lady make a decision of doing something that's obviously changed your guys' life for the better. Is there anything that you can think of to wrap up that you can maybe help a woman over the hump of fear of not being safe?
I would say worry more about being a good notary signing agent instead of your safety, because you are good, I promise.
Like she said, do great, because that will come back to you. There's more clients that I've had that have done good things for me. I've never had anyone do anything bad. So, and I've done 7,000 closings. So, proof is in the pudding.
Yeah, and I would say so many people know that you're there. I mean, we're starting with the real estate agent, your loan officer, the escrow officer, the title company. So many people know that the notary is going there to do that signing. I don't see how it can happen. So many people know where you're at that time. So I've never felt afraid.
I think what you're saying, kind of without saying it, it's a very risky proposition to do something shady because there's so many people that are understanding that you're there. Like if you're what's the word I'm looking, a perpetrator, you usually want to be in the lowest risk possible category versus, like you said, 5 people are going to be there. 5 people know you're there, and sometimes a realtor's there. And so it's an interesting way of putting it, and I was just trying to disseminate what you're really saying. What you're really saying is like, if you're going to be a bad person, it's usually not in the light where so many people are going to be aware of the moment.
It's easier for somebody to do something bad to me when I'm walking out of a Starbucks than it is me being a signing agent.
And that's basically what I wanted to say. It's dangerous being a woman in this world, period. Don't let the fear of something happening to you stop you from an opportunity of making money and changing your family's life. This is a little bit safer because we do have everyone's information. Everyone's waiting for those stocks to get back.
Don't let the fear of walking to a borrower's house be the reason you don't change your life. And that's the purpose of this conversation, is I want as many women to change their lives as possible. There's other reasons, like this is a real business. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You got to put an effort. I'd rather those deter you than this idea that you're not going to be safe at an appointment. And so I think you said it perfectly. Don't let, for being a woman, it's definitely dangerous, period. You don't let that be the reason you're not a signing agent. So thank you for saying that.
I would say that you don't want to be a signing agent who nobody knows, that you're just accepting orders from the signing service. You never call them. Follow what the loan signing system says. Find out who the signing service owner is or the scheduler. Don't just accept orders and nobody ever hears from you or anything like that, because that could contribute to you not being safe. If somebody's like, okay, I haven't heard from this notary, they did a signing yesterday, I don't have documents, who's to know that something didn't happen to you and that you're not just late, right? Introduce yourself. Do what you're supposed to do with the loan signing system where people know you, because if they know you, they'll look out for you. So don't let most people here are signing service owners. Make sure whoever you get a signing from knows you, has heard from you, because then they will be more likely to look out for you and do the things that we talked about the, escrow officers doing. But don't just be a notary who accepts orders.
I say just go for it. If you're bilingual, definitely go for it. We need more bilingual notaries.
Honestly, ladies, I'll be very honest with you. I feel very ignorant, and I feel very apologetic to the female community that I lead. It's a lot of things I take for granted you don't. To a lot of the women in here, we almost feel more safe. May said it specifically. I felt more unsafe being an insurance salesperson than I am a signing agent, and that's what I really want to have this conversation around. But the safety, I think, the resounding yes from this group is from a safety aspect, 5 foot nothing, Laura, doesn't feel unsafe. And so I think that's the biggest conclusion of today. And so, if you're a woman who just became a loan signing system student or somebody watching this, feel good and have solace in the safety aspect of this business is probably your least of your concerns. It's being a good signing agent, which should be your biggest concern. So ladies, congratulations on your success individually. And thank you so much for this roundtable. What an amazing group of women, right? I am so lucky to call them community members. I'm so lucky to be a small part of the journey. But as you just heard, it is an incredibly safe business for women to be in. The fact of the matter is this, every forward-facing business is gonna have their safety concerns. But what I love about the specific industry, as you just heard, is there's so many fail-safes in place to make sure it is as safe as possible. Remember, 75% of loan signing agents are women. It is one of the safest forward-facing businesses in America, and you didn't have to hear it from me. So if you want to get in touch with any of these amazing ladies, if you have any more questions on safety, which by the way is a great question, don't hesitate to email me. I can put you in contact with anybody around this roundtable today. So whether you take the loan signing system or not, no, I'm rooting for you. This really is the best kept secret in American income opportunities. And I'd have to say it's arguably one of the safest as well. Be great. I'm here if you need anything. Let's go.